welcome to this first look map tour with me, MrSealyp. Welcome to New Bartelshagen, or Neu Bartelshagen, as I suppose it would be said in German. Now I'm going to apologise straight away because I'm likely to murder the German accent, the German language today while I'm doing this first look map tour, and I apologise profusely. My German is sadly lacking, but I will give it a go. Anyway, we start at our very nice looking farmhouse. Nice little stained glass window in the centre of the door. And there's a couple of things I want to say before we begin our kind of tour around. I'm going to go into the main menu and we'll have a look at the map. Now, this is actually pretty cool, and I have to say it's pretty cool. I don't have to, no one else paying me to, but this is a real place. This exists. I went online and had a look and went on Google, and it's there, it's real. One thing that is very peculiar to me, and I don't know why, and if anyone can comment and let me know why, in real life this is the other way up. We've got north, up, there, and I don't know why I'm pointing to the TV, but anyway, there's a main road at the top. In real life, the main road is south of New Bartelshagen, and the lagoon, the kind of lake area, is to the north. New Bartelshagen is located in the north of Germany. Across the top at the north of Germany, they've got these huge lagoons called, here we go, Bodden, or could be Boden, I think it's Bodden. And New Bartelshagen is near Grabauer Bodden, so it means lagoon in essence, body of water, that kind of thing. New Bartelshagen, Hagen, the etymology of the word Hagen comes from hedge or enclosure, which then changed over time to a kind of protected place or haven. So I'm assuming Bartels is the person, so Bartelshaven could be hedge or enclosure, whatever it might be. Anyway, this mod, or this mod map, is done by Atzer, I think it's Atzer VR, and I find it fascinating because it's real, because it is a real place. So, like I say, I found it, and it looks exactly like this. The road layout and everything, yeah, it's incredible. The main road up to the north, which, like I say, in real life is to the south of the town, is the L21. The crossroads in the middle of the map, right here. Interestingly, both roads are called Dorfstrasse in real life. Dorfstrasse, here and here. And then this road here that runs down is called Bodenweg, or Bodenweg. It means lagoon path. Again, if I'm killing it, I do apologise. I can only, so it's an interesting map. There aren't many fields. There are only 12. We start off with 4. We start off with 7. There's a main farm. You've got your pigs, your cows, your sheep. But the fields are big. I mean, you look at it and think it's only 12 fields. It's not that big, but they are big, big fields, I suppose, when you look at the map. Most of the stuff, the stores and everything, are across the top of the map on the main highway, and we will have a look at those in a moment. What is fascinating as well on Google Earth is that along the main road here, and we'll have a look later, people can pin their, they might put a picture up of their house or something, a location, a store, a shop, or whatever it is, and they can pin it on. So there's a pin in real life here, and there's a pin here as well. Interestingly, the pin here goes with where you sell your eggs. You can sell your eggs there. So we'll get to that in a little bit. So this is a pretty cool map. There's a lot of different stuff on here. You kind of, I've seen this a little bit on Daggerwind's channel when he's done like Eastern European maps and things like that. Is this kind of concrete look, where it's been done in kind of sections where the concrete's been laid, and I like that. It's something different you don't come across very often. These big barns, again, like slabbed concrete sections. All of these doors open. And there are a lot of them. all on that one, all on this one, all on this one. And this is, like I say, this is the main farm. We are facing, at the moment, we are facing north, and the road up from the crossroads is just there, which leads up to the main highway off in that direction, and we'll get to that in a bit. We have got a harvester sitting here, and while we're on the subject of vehicles, we'll have a quick look and see what we've got available. These are big spaces, there's lots of room, no shortage of storage space. So let's have a quick look. We have got a JCB Fast Track 3000 Extra, we've got a Puma CVX, another Puma CVX. We start with a Liebherr telehandler, which is interesting, we don't often start with telehandlers. Bale fork, harvester, couple of trailers, cultivator, plough, seeder, fertilizer spreader, and we start with an auger wagon, which again is unusual. We don't often start with auger wagons, and an Aquatrans 7300, which however you want to describe it, it's entirely to you. So yeah, an interesting selection of stuff. We don't often start with telehandlers and things. There's something else regarding that we'll have a look at in a moment as well. So let's jump out of there. Now down in this barn I think we've got one of our Pumas, probably having some work done, but that's just here. We might have to use one of those in a moment to get about. And I'm trying to think, I had a quick sort of scoot around. Oh yeah, this is the other thing we got. Well, this is an interesting one because this isn't on the list of equipment, but we've got a conveyor belt. Again, very unusual. We don't often start with a conveyor belt, but we have one. The SL8022 Quantum. Was that on the? Was it in the menu? Did I just miss that? Was I just being really blind? And oh yeah, it's right at the end. There you go. It is there. Just me being overexcited. Nice sound effects. The tyres movable. They are. Excellent. So in here we've got one of the trailers, the agro liners. Yeah, the auger wagon, that's interesting. Yeah, I don't know why I'm so fascinated by that, but yeah, don't often get them. There are on this map gold nuggets. I have come across a couple here and there. There are lights in the barns as well, mustn't forget to show that. I don't remember where I saw one. Trust me, they are about. We'll come across one at some point. Oh, there you go. There's the other Puma. What was in this one? What's the other side of that? Cedar. Now there is one noticeable absence. There's your fuel. There's no store, and that's an unusual one. Just here we've got our sort of workstation. If I just open that, where the work's being done on there. If I go L3 on this, there we go, we can customise or sell. So our work point, yeah, there's no store, and I kind of went around and had a look thinking, okay, panic mode, what do I do now? If I go across the road here to the other side of the farm, which takes us towards the cows as well, it's just here. We've got another like hard pan area. We've got our water fountain next to our Joskin Aquatrans, and just here we've got our buy and sell point. So yeah, no actual store, and when you spawn vehicles, they spawn here onto this little hard pan surface here. All very nice. Like I say, it's not a massive map, there's not a lot going on. The textures are really great. I like the detailing and the hedges, and like I said before, it's something a bit different. Oh, with the concrete slabs, look. It really kind of stands out for that reason. I do like a map that's different, that really stands out. So the other thing is, we start with bales. That doesn't happen very often, but we do start with some, so you're kind of good to go straight away, which is a nice little touch. Now, the chickens are kind of batting around here, but there's no actual thing on the map that shows you chickens. So I don't know where the eggs are going to appear. Whether they're just going to be like around the place somewhere. I haven't come across any either yet, so I don't know, but there are chickens here. So let's get on with a bit more of the tour. We are pretty much north of Central. I have found that Verkalf, I think it is how it's pronounced, if we zoom in actually, on the wrong one. If we zoom in on the map, we've got all the different points. Schoene, Verkalf. Verkalf means sale, and Schoene means grain. No, was it grain? Bale. Barn sale. So there's a barn there. What just happened there? Oh, I just clicked on the wrong thing. Okay, yeah, barn sale. So that's where you do your bales, which is just, I'll get to it in a second, just round the corner. Nice little red barn there. So for your bales and straw, if you want to sell them, that's just there. We've got a nice bunker silo. The dairy part of the farm is just here for your cows. Buy and sell point, I think it was around the side here. It really does fascinate me, the fact that you've got that it's real. It's a real place. It's incredible. I know a few of the maps. I think the new Oxygen David one coming out. I think the map itself is like a satellite image. It's incredible. I think that the detail that modders and map makers and map creators are going to these days is just amazing. It really is. Oh, it's up here, isn't it? I'm just going to wander around in circles, I think. There we go. And again, it's different sort of gate design. It's something you don't come across all the time. What I have found is the prices for the animals. Oh, that's weird. I'll lose my mind. I don't know. I'm sure that said 5,019 or something yesterday, but I think when I first installed it, I still had my seasons turned on, enabled, so it went a bit haywire, I think. But there you go. That's your cows. Close that. He says. I'm going to go back to a tractor because I need to drive around a little bit now. But that, in essence, is your main farm. Either side of the road, you've got your main barn spaces and areas there. You've got a buy and sell point, your dairy just here. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to head south. So I'm going to turn out of here, and then we'll go up to the stores and things in a minute. There's chickens in the road. I'm not sure. Oh, yeah, I don't know. Oh, we've got seed and fertiliser and stuff just over there, just behind where the fuel point is. Fields themselves, quite expensive, but like I say, they are quite fair-sized fields. But contracting emissions are available on the fields. Interesting, again, different signs. I do like that. You get the kind of giants, the blue disc thing, and again I think modders are going to a lot of effort now to make sure they look a bit more kind of either realistic or just something a bit different from the norm, you know. So let's head down to the crossroads. So we're on Dorfstrasse, and then the crossroads that goes across in front of us is also Dorfstrasse. So as we come into the town itself, if we just take a right here, we're going to head out towards the pigs and the sheep. Nice little pond as well. I just think, yeah, the textures and the detailing is lovely. It's really good there. Nugget, I've seen one. Just to prove I wasn't lying. Where is it? There, nugget. There are nuggets on this map. I sometimes get criticised because people, when I say there are nuggets, I then get told you can't find them all, you can't collect them all, two are missing, there's one where I don't know. All I know is I found one, so the kind of assumption that is made, there are nuggets on the map. So over to our sheep area. Our wool pallets will spawn here, and we can purchase them directly here if we want to, but there will be a fee, obviously, as there usually is. If you transport them yourself, this will be where you unload them into their lovely sheep pen, sheep enclosure. And then just over, pretty much opposite, I'll drive across someone's grass. Actually, not just their grass, their garden. We have got the pigs. There's no kind of circuit to this. It doesn't go round. It is the crossroads in the middle, so you go out anywhere. There you go, slurry pit. Did I miss the slurry pit of the cows? I must have done. But you've got your unload point or buy and sell point just there. The feed troughs are around each of the enclosures. There's quite a lot of grass knocking about as well, and not grass that you have to buy, it's just there. So, I mean, you can grass fields if you want to, but you don't really need to. There is plenty around. And we have a look at the field. I mean, it is massive. Pylons across the middle of it, which makes it very, very interesting for harvesting and seeding and cultivating and ploughing and all the rest of it. And you can see just off on the horizon the Bodden, the lagoon. So like I say, we're facing south. In real life it's north, but you know, it's irrelevant. It's just one of those weird things in my head. I'm thinking, if in real life it is, if you were the map maker, when you put it out, people wouldn't know necessarily. So what different, is there a particular reason why it was done this way round? Because if the map had been released and it was the other way round, you wouldn't know, would you? You'd just assume that's how it's supposed to be. I don't know. It's a peculiar one. It's I don't know why. Maybe someone does. But like I say, that it's really nice. It's a great map. Very, very flat. I'm assuming these were kind of floodplains and stuff way back when. But they are huge expanses. It's interesting because it's a European map. It's German. And it's got that feel of like the big American type maps with the huge open fields and flat landscapes and that kind of thing. It's nice. I like the concrete slab sort of roadways, which again is different. Back up towards the crossroads, back onto Dorfstrasse. On the right hand side here we've got another kind of expanse, more sheds and workshops, and there is another fuel point just off to the right there. Again, you can store vehicles there and whatever you want to do with it at the end of the day. If we turn right at the crossroads, we'll get up to all the sell points because they're all pretty much clustered in one place. Just on the left here, I'm just trying to work out. In the real world, in Bartelshagen, this little house here on the left hand side is down as a hair salon. Interestingly, it's got a tag on the map, and the hair salon is owned by a lady called Renate. I think Renata. I won't say the surname, but yeah, it's fascinating. You can actually find the buildings that are tagged in real life on the map. Amazing. So when we come around the corner, we'll be heading towards Boddenweg, which is the road that leads down to the Bodden, which is that way. We're not going to go to everywhere. I just thought, again, it's another one of those kind of interesting points, only because it's kind of fascinated me. Plenty of grass areas around the field, so if you want to plough stuff out, I guess that I don't know if the hedges and stuff will disappear though. But on the right hand side, this house here, this driveway that leads up to this house, which is your egg sell point, in real life is down as being owned by a lady called Bettina. It's one of those random, really weird random things. But there you go, selling point for eggs. I haven't got any to sell because I couldn't find any. I'm assuming the chickens will be producing them. But there are nice little touches like garden furniture, and there are plenty of different houses, different shapes, different styles. Again, they're not all just the same thing plonked down in different orientations. They really have tried to keep this. I don't know, it looks really, really good. It's not, I say it's not a big map, it is a big map, but there aren't many fields. Again, you would usually find on a map this size double, triple the amount of fields, because they're all so big. That's why you haven't got as many. Right, what we're going to do is head up to the main highway at the top of the map, the northern part, and we'll have a look at all the stores, sell point, not stores, but sell points, BGA, etc, etc. So bear with me, I will see you there momentarily. So we are heading north up the main road, again, Dorfstrasse, away from the farm, away from the crossroads. Large expanses again, but field 13 is mainly grass, but that is one that needs to be purchased. We'll turn left first of all and head out this way, then we'll go the other way to pick up the rest of the sell points. But on the right hand side you've got a placeable point. I know a lot of map makers now are putting these in, but the interesting thing with this one is you have to buy it. So I'm assuming that you can't actually place anything, it won't let you until you've purchased it. It's only 36,000, it's not mega expensive, but yeah, you've got a placeable point. I suppose you can put silos and whatever, same as it always is with placeables, any placeable you want to put there. But yeah, it's interesting that you've got to pay for that. Nice little touch. So the main sell point, pretty much where everything is happening, is in the northwest corner of the map, which is where we're heading to now. There are two entrances, and there's something on here that I'm curious about, and again, if anyone can help me out, that would be wonderful. So we drive in, I like the concrete kind of wall thing, just to stop you just driving straight across. You've got to come across the way station on the way in, which is a nice little thing to put in. So just around here we have got our BGA anaerobic digester sell point. Now I am hoping that this is one you can tip into. The fact it's designed like this, it would be a nice thing to be able to tip into some, rather than having to use wheel loaders and that kind of thing. But it's a nice big one as well, plenty of space. But yeah, there you go, that's your sell point for your silage. We've got another exit there. If we go and look across, bunker silos, I think you normally get 5, don't you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, your bunker silos just there. Everything is crammed into a very tight space here. Now, this is the bit I'm not sure about. You've got the little sort of hazard chevrons here, but I don't know what this is for. It looks like a silo of some description. Whether that's just a remnant from PC, whether it's something you can do on PC, I don't know. I honestly don't know what that's for, because it's not really shown on the map where I am. So I don't know what that is. If you know what it is, let me know. But we have got the silos kind of dotted all over the place. The main sell point on the map is tucked away inside here, very neatly. So if you open the doors at either end, it makes it a lot easier to drive in and straight through. So if I just have a look in store, we'll scroll across. So Getreide, grain, grain AG. That's your main sell point. It's the only sell point. The other sell points are for other different things, but that's where you're going to sell your crops. Prices are, I would say, a little on the low side actually. Looking at it, they are quite low. I've got this set on normal, but they do seem quite low compared to standard. I don't know. They do seem to be. And then we've got HA5. HA5, I'm not 100% certain. I think it's wood chips you sell there, but I don't know what HA5 stands for. I did have a look online, couldn't really find anything. We have got, my mind's gone blank now. What was it? Gula Gerest. Oh, Gula was. I wrote it down and I can't find it. I apologise. You got mist, which again, no idea. Silage mist, and then you got Wolle Verkauf, which is wool. That's your wool sell point. But interestingly, there's no price on here for your timber. There is a timber sell point, which is Stamverkauf, which is trunk sale, I think is the rough translation. That's where you're going to sell your actual timber from. So there is only the one sell point, which is here, tucked away inside this barn. If I carry on around the sides, we'll get to, interestingly, on a German map, we've got an Emerson's. Emerson's livestock market, tucked away very neatly here. We've also got your digestate slurry tank here. And carrying on round, we've got a wood chip sell point, which is the HA5, which is just there. And then further round we've got a manure sell point, which is there. And we've got a slurry sell point, which is there. Bit of everything going on. So yeah, this is quite tightly packed. There's a lot going on here. Like I say, I really am hoping that is you can sell direct from a trailer. That would be nice. So that's your main selling area. And if we now come back out and we head to the east of the map along the main highway, it is seriously flat. I mean, there must be a bit of a rise because you can't see down to the lagoon. So it obviously goes up a little bit, then dips down towards the crossroads in Bartelshagen. Now, when we get along to the other end, you can see what I mean about how big these fields are. You're just driving and driving and driving. I'll see you there in a minute. So, coming up on our left hand side, we have got Stamverkauf, which is the trunk or log sell point. I don't think there's another wood chip sell point here. Oh no, this is the wool one, sorry. Wolle Verkauf. This is the wool sell point. My mistake. The timber one is a bit further on. So just off to the left, the first one we come to, have a quick look on the main map, we're up the top northeast corner. So you've got the Wolle Verkauf, Stamverkauf, and then you've got Hofsilo, I think it says. Let's head there in a second. It's a big old building. So there you go. That's where you're going to sell your wool. My mistake. Let's head back out here. So we're in parallel to the main highway on this little track. And tucked away in the trees, as you would expect. We're getting to the one I meant to go to, the Stamverkauf, the lumberyard log sell point, which is just here. Now, while we are up here, looking around the map, the mini-map in the bottom left-hand corner, from the main highway to the back of the map, this whole chunk, this section here, is all forest. Quite sparse, widely spaced trees, but it does run around the top. If I go onto the main map, you'll see that it runs right across the top It also runs down each side, so if you want to do a bit of forestry, there is timber around. It's not a huge amount of it, it's not going to be tons and tons of it, but the forestry kind of runs around the edges of the map in this kind of band that runs around the outside, varying different tree heights, but there is logging available should you wish to do so. And then on to the very last point on this map tour is the silo. The capacity for the silo standard is 100,000 litres. I don't think, unless I missed it, which I could well have done, I don't think at the main farm there was a silo, but just here on the left I can find the entrance to it. See what I mean about the trees running down the sides as well? Nice big grass area as well here. So here we've got our silo. There we go. Quite big as well, quite a few of them. When you think the size of them, only 100,000 litres, but and then you've got more barn space. And up at the top of this one is where we'll find, I believe, because I haven't come across it yet, I think I passed it on the way in, the rest of the machinery. We've got our cultivator, we've got our plough, another of the agro liners, and we've got our JCB. So the other end is where you tip your grain. This is where, if you want to then take it to sell, come onto this side and it goes into your trailer. Don't think there's anything tucked in this one. No. But it's a nice map. Like I say, it's different. That's what I like about it. It's a big map, but not with not many fields. One main farm which is central, plenty of space, plenty of barn space. You start with a nice selection of vehicles, if an unusual selection of vehicles, but nothing wrong with that at all. I mean, there's nothing that says there's a set list of things you're supposed to start with. Nice textures, nice details. It's different. I like it. I like it a lot. It's a great map. Brilliant job. I just want to make sure I get it right again. I think it's ATSA. I think it's ATSA VR. New Bartelshagen. Very, very nice indeed. And that's it from this first look map tour. I haven't shown you everything. There is still more to see. I like to do that and make sure people have still got things to experience and find for themselves, which you can do when you want to go and find your nuggets. You will come across whatever you need to, but that is it from me on this first look map tour. I hope you found it useful and informative. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free, and if you want to share this video, then please be my guest, whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.